All right, in this next one, we're going to be doing 13.3, which is factoring trinomials of the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So factoring trinomials in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So it's very similar to what we just did. The only thing is I'm going to add, it's like one rule, but it's kind of maybe a couple of rules there at the end, but it's pretty much the same. All right, so let's start off with a review of what we just saw. I got you. I'll make it bigger. So instead of just a B and an X, there's now going to be a number in the front. But to review what we've done, I want to see if y'all got this down. X squared plus 8x plus 12. Back that out for me. So start with that C. Go through all your multiples of 12, which would be 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. And then add them up and see which one adds up to 8. 1 and 12. Go ahead. Oh, yep. Multiply to that C, add up to the B. 2 and 6 will be my winner. There it is. All right. Process that I'm about to show you, very similar to this. I call this the T-chart method. The next one's called the AC method, but it looks just like a T-chart. So I'll show you. What do we do when we get a situation like this? AU squared minus 2U minus 21. Hopefully the first thing you look at is there a GCF? No. 2 does not go into 21. So in this case, there's no GCF, so there's no way I can get rid of that 8. So this right here, again, is called the AC method. So it looks like the T-chart still. This is your A, this is your B, this is your C. We're still going to multiply, but instead of C, it's actually going to be A times C. So in this case, we need to figure out what 8 times negative 21 is. Negative 168. And then I still, so you still want to add to your B. That part doesn't change. Remember, the sign goes with the number, so I still want to add to negative 2. So like I said, what makes factoring hard is if you struggle with your multiplications table. Not many of us know all of our multiplications for 168. So here's my advice to you. Start from the basics. Go to 1 and 168. Right? It might be a longer process, but you'll get to the correct answer. I want to multiply to a negative, add to a negative, so that tells me that the bigger number is negative. But 1 minus 168 gives me negative 167. Now, in your calculator, do 168 divided by 2. And that gives you your next factor. So now what's 2 minus 84? Very good. Now do 168 divided by 3. 3 minus 56. Close. 53. Still not close to 2. What about 4? What's 168 divided by 4? 42. So what's 4 minus 42? Good. Does 5 go into 168? If you don't know, try it. It doesn't. Try 6. Does 6 go into 168? It does. Huh? So what's 6 minus 28? 22. We're getting closer. It's just taking us a while to get there. Negative 22, yes. Does 7 go into 168? I don't either. Do 168 divided by 7. Is it 24? 7 minus 24 would be? All right. What about 8? All right. So what's 8 minus 21? Okay. Getting closer. What about 9? That's not going to work. It has to be a whole number. So we tried 10. Nope. Let's try 11. Nope. Try 12. Ah. 12 minus 14. Negative 2. There's finally our winner chicken dinner. So if you know your multiples table, I'm looking at 168 and I'm going, that's kind of close to 144, which is what 12 times 12 is. And then I'm going to go, all right, if I'm 2 off from that, I'm going to try 12 times 14 and see where that takes me. And then if not, I would have gone 13, then 15. And I would have kind of gone that route. So you can do that route as well if you know a good starting spot. But if you're not good at your multiple tables, a lot of students just go, I don't know where to start. Start from the bottom and then just work your way down until you get to it. Now, here's also the next difference. So the first difference, we had to do A times C to figure out what we were multiplying by. When I go to write my answer, it looks pretty similar to what I've been doing. U plus 12 and U minus 14. But there's an addition to this rule. Since there's an A, I have to divide both of these numbers by that A. And what I want is I want to know what the reduced fraction of this is. So typically in your calculator, you can do 12 divided by 8, and it will spit back out the fraction. Okay. So if it did 1.5, so it came out as a decimal, you could do, is it menu? Oh, perfect. You got the fraction. There you go. So this right here simplifies. I couldn't remember. It was like math, menu, something, home. All right. So you type 12/8 into your calculator. It comes back out as a fraction as 3/2. Or you can try to figure out how to simplify it. They both have 4 in common. So 12 goes into 4 3 times, 4 goes into 8 2 times, however you want to do it. If there is a denominator left, that number goes to the front. So this answer ends up actually being 2u plus 3. Do the same thing with, huh? Yeah. Well, not quite. I got to do this other part. What's 14/8 simplified down to? Kind of. So that becomes a 7. That becomes a 4. Again, I have a denominator. So that denominator is going to move to the front. So this becomes 4u minus 7. That's your final answer. I'm going to let you know this is the easiest of all the methods. I can show you how to do factor by grouping that would apply to this, but it's 4 steps. I find this one to be the easiest. So now what we're going to do, this is basically what chapter 13.3 is all about. So now we're going to bring all of 13 together. So on number 2, is it not giving you a fraction? It's an answer fraction. Uh-huh. Oh, you have to type the number first. So type the decimal. Oh, what? Okay. Yeah, because it's going to take the previous answer that you, or what? Yeah, do 14/8. Frac enter. No, Matt, frac enter. Yeah, 1/8. Yeah. Thank you. Perfect. Yeah, yeah. It's all right. So we're going to look at, oh, yeah. So we have 8x cubed minus 12x squared plus 4x. What's our number one question? So what is it in this situation? Ooh, 4. Very good. 4 would be the greatest. Do they have any letters in common? Oh, yep, that's 12. X, good. So now I'm going to divide all these by 4x. And again, I know you don't like the fact that sometimes there is a greatest common factor, but it's making our numbers about to drastically go smaller. So we don't got to figure out what goes in 168. Like in this case, like if this didn't have anything in common, I would have to do 8 times 4, which is 32. But now, well, watch, we'll see what happens. 8 divided by 4, it becomes 2. I get it. X cubed divided by x X. It'd be squared because the 3 minus the 1 would make it a 2. And yep, perfect. Yep, because of the minus sign there. Be 1x, perfect. Plus 1. All right, so I could be trying to figure out what multiplies to 32 and adds up to negative 12. But now I just got to figure out what multiplies to 2 and add up to negative 3. A lot smaller numbers to go here. So let me refresh. I'm now trying to multiply to my A times my C. Remember, this is A, this is your B, this is your C. So in this case, this is 2 times 1, which is 2. My B is, okay. So now what two numbers multiply to 2 but add up to negative 3? Close. So it is 1 and 2 because that's your only multiple of 2. Yeah, that's all you have. Well, this right here adds up to positive 3. I want it to add to negative 3. Remember, I told you there's two ways to multiply to a positive number. They can either both be positive or both be negatives. Because now, what's negative 1 minus 2? Negative 3. So remember that rule. If you two ways to multiply to a negative. They can both be positive or they can both be negative. Okay. So before I drop my 4x, I'm going to do all my work because there's still that last step of dividing. So this becomes x minus 1, x minus 2, but then I'm going to divide by my a, which is 2. Does 1/2 simplify? Nope. So that 2, there it is. Perfect. What about this 2? 2 divided by 2 is what? Be 1, or technically negative 1 because of the minus. So this becomes x minus 1, but notice I didn't have anything left on the denominator, so nothing came to the front. And then don't forget your greatest common factor. This is the hardest it gets. Good. Good. All right. That's good. Try this one. 21x cubed plus 49x squared minus 7x. Goodness. I am not at work anymore, guys. So I'll give you some time on that one. All right, so did you already take your GCF out? Always look for the GCF. All right, so when we're looking at the GCF here, we're going to look at, all right, you got 7. Okay. You would only want to pull out a negative if the leading term is a negative. So in this case, I would want to do just a regular 7. Okay, so you pulled out a 7x. Okay, so hold on, let me catch up to you. So 21 divided by 7 was, well, 3. X cubed divided by x is, okay, 49 divided by 7, 7x. And then 7x divided by 7x is, ooh, well, in this case, -1, because if you didn't factor out the negative. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. What's their approach here with that one? That, you can't go any further than that. All right. So then when that happens, that is your answer. Yeah. It's not factorable. It's just can't go any further. So you stop there. And so the concept here is there is no two numbers that multiply to -3 but add to 7. Because your only multiple of 3 is literally 1 and 3. Yeah. That's perfect. Good, good, good. All right. Try this one. 3a squared plus 14a plus 8. Then you get to skip that step and move on to the T-chart, which is figuring out what multiplies to A times C and add to B. Greatest common factor should always be your first question, but it doesn't always mean it's going to be one. Correct. So you'll be doing the 3 times 8. The 14. That's right. So 3 times 8 would give us 24, right? And then I want to add to my 14. I'm going to start with 1 and 24. And that would give me 25. That didn't work out. So then I'm going to try 2. 2 goes to 24 how many times? 12. 2 plus 12 is 14. So there's my winner right there. Were you using the 3 and the 8? Oh, you're trying to find factors of 3 and 8? Oh, I got you. Yeah, so you want to multiply that A times C first to get that new number that you're really multiplying to. Pass up 2 and 12. That's good. But that's why I like to do this because I can start with 1. All right, that didn't work. Start with the next one. Oh, and then I just kind of go through that process, right? So then I write this as A plus 2 and A plus 12. But what do I have to do? There it is. I got to divide by that A. Does 2/3 simplify? No. And what about 12 divided by 3? It's 4. I'm going to give you another one so y'all can redeem yourselves. 12b cubed minus 9b squared minus 30b. Thirty B. It's like Carly B, but 30. I feel like that's someone famous. Ain't that like a singer or something? Carly B. I don't listen to music, so I don't know. Oh, was it Cardi? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, oh, I know. You still looking for a GCF? There's a 3. Oh, remember, you start with the smallest number, which is 9. 9 did not go into 12, so then you break the 9 up and go, oh, well, 3 and 3 give me 9, so then check to see if 3 goes into everything. And it does. Yeah. Is 3 the only part of your greatest common factor? B, 3B. I'll let you keep going. Close. So when you divide by 3b, it is 4, but then it's 3 minus 1, which will be 2. So it'll be b to the second. Correct. Yes, which is nice because, again, I don't want to have to look, was that 360? Yeah. I don't have to come up with multiples of 360. That just seems like we're going to be here for another 15 minutes. hmm Ooh. hmm It'd be negative 3b. So I do like your approach there. You already used the square, so it must go down by one. That usually happens. Good. So now, instead of figuring out two numbers to multiply negative 360 and add to negative 9, now you got to come up with multiples of negative 40 and add to negative 3, right? Because you have to do A times C. So when you do your A times C here, that'd be 4 times negative 10, which is negative 40. And this would be negative 3. If you're multiplying to a negative, one of them is negative because the B is negative. Very good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, so it's all my factors of 40. It's all the numbers that can multiply to 40. But because it has to be negative, no, one of them has to be negative, and the B being negative tells me that the bigger number has to be negative. Yeah, I did 40 divided by 2, got 20. 40 divided by 4, got 10. Four. What part were you doing? Just curious. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just take the what I'm trying to multiply, and I just take the next number. Like I see that I skipped 3 because in my head I did 40 divided by 3. I was like, that doesn't go into it evenly, so I'm not even going to write that down. So then I went to 4, then 5, then 6, and then just keep that pattern going until you finally get whatever the number is that you were trying to add to. So now when that's why we practice. So then I get B plus 5 and B minus 8, but I also must do what? Gotta divide by that A. So I'm going to divide by 4. Now, does 5/4 simplify? Nope. So that 4 becomes and goes to the front. So I get 4B plus 5. What about 8 divided by 4? 2. So I get B minus 2. Don't forget that GCF you took out. There you go. All right, I'm going to give y'all one more, but I'm only going to give you about 2 minutes so that we can go over it and we'll call it a night. Oh, sorry, I bring back. Don't forget to look at that practice test as well. I believe it opens up officially Friday, I think, unless it's already open. I forget. It's either already it opened up last Friday. Yeah, I think it opened up last Friday. Yeah. Yeah. I want to see, yeah. And I think it's open up until next Sunday. So you can use that. I'll go verify those dates. But you can make sure you do the practice. It's not a grade, but I do highly recommend that you do it to prepare you for that test. Well, it's not that you fail, it's just well, you at least will know what to expect on that practice test. All right, so the last one. There you go. I actually want to let y'all do this on your own, but we only got 2 minutes. So I'm going to walk this one more through with you. Is there a GCF here? No, but that should always be the first question. So now when I do my T-chart, I'm going to multiply my A times my C. So in this case, that is 7, because this is A, B, C. So that's 7 times -6. What's that give me? -42. That would have been the next one. 8 times 7, yep. So then we add to 19. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my multiples of 42. So it's 1 and 42. Again, it's being multiplied to a negative, so one of these have to be a negative. But since I'm adding to a positive, my smaller number will be the negative. So -1 plus 42 gives me 41. You're good? So then you try 2. 2 goes into 42 how many times? 21. Because then what's -2 plus 21? Yes, sir. 19. So there's my winner right there. So then I get x minus 2, x plus 21, I done? I gotta do what? There we go. So I'm gonna take that 7, divide each one. Can I reduce 2 over 7? Right. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. What am I holding on for to? Where we lost? How I got -2 and 21, or why I'm dividing by 7? Back over here? Oh, okay, just taking it in. Yep, because it couldn't simplify. And then on this one, what's 21 divided by 7? 3, so that's x plus 3. That's all she wrote for today. We have 3 more sections. I'll post those videos by tonight or tomorrow. It's just special factoring techniques with binomials, and then a review over everything you saw. And then there is some application at the end, which is your 13.6. It's basically doing all of this, where you're going to take each one of those factors and you're going to set them equal to 0 and solve them like we did in chapter 9. So that part will get probably most challenging as well. So 12.8 and 13.6 will be your most challenging part. Yeah. Well, that is all that I got. The 13.6. It's a word problem.